げおめ。
はい、明けましておめでとうございます。ちょっと今日も30分近くこれやってからにするんですみませんけど、早速始めさせていただきます。
さんってなんで英語ツイートの時辛辣なの？
そう？ちょっとよいしょ。気のせいじゃないの？
明けおめおじさんだー。
明けおめおじさんです。
日本語は NG ですよ。3万リツイート超えてたね。
ちょっと待ってよ。はい。
日本語では言わないようなこと言ってる気がする。
そう、まあそれはそうかもね。
大晦日バズりおじさんだよ。
Weekly challenge number 2, draw a cow. Now this week's topic was a cow because we have this thing in Japan where we kind of it originates from the Chinese New Year's. Chinese year, this year is the year of the cow. Or the ox, or however you want to call the thing. It's the year of the cow. We call it the cow. And I had 9. I think I had 9 posts. Many of them were the same people from last time. So let's start from bottom to up. Okay. Before I had this in question instead of number 9 because I think by Bummer, right? I think this, I don't think he drew this. I think he copied it off the internet and then had a cowboy hat on her. Saying it said the caption said, "This is a reverse cowgirl," which I guess is a joke. If you don't know what a reverse cowgirl is, don't Google it. So I just put it under a question mark. Now the reason I think he just put the hat on there from like a driving lesson webpage or something is because the hat goes over the chair, which looks really weird. Although if he did draw the hat, it really looks good. It goes with the original drawing, so if he did draw the hat, I think he has some skills. It just I can't put it under more than a question mark. So number 8 by Obnoxious. Again, I think I'm gonna have every time I'm gonna have someone draw something on a loose leaf paper and have the shadow of their smartphone or something. So I'm gonna the way you present your work, okay, how you frame your work is also, it's like half of what's important about the artwork. So be careful how you frame it. The pen work itself is not bad, actually, cartoonish, and it could turn out to be a really lovable character. It should be more polished, maybe more neat lines, and if you could have some context to it, like, for example, you could tell something about him just from one drawing, it would be better. Say he's eating a hamburger or something, cow that likes to eat hamburgers, or something. And that was a bad idea. But anyway, it could have been better. It's frame. That's not frame right. It had the shadows. Could be neat. So I think that's why I got it under 8. So number 7 by Forge. Now we have from number 5, 6, 7. We have 3 Minotaur-like characters. It just happens to be number 5, 6, and 7 were monster-like cows. Number 7 had a 6-legged or a 4-legged Minotaur kinda centaur Minotaur kinda monster. It uses a lot of lines to shade, but it doesn't. It's not following up how the solidity. It doesn't look solid. It looks really plain. You could have what you could have done is had more, pitch black parts. If you want the whole thing more blackish. You could have had more blackish parts. So that, and then it could have more. You could have more solidity. Now I don't know why you had the duck here. Having the duck here makes this art like really worse. It's not bad having a duck. The way you place the duck is not good. Because the tail, just the tail, is off the frame. So that would be considered not a good framing. It's either you keep the duck inside or draw a lot of things, right? And then it might be better. If there's a lot of things off the frame, it could have been better. If that's the only thing off the frame, it really it's not good framing. Hi. I'm gonna skip 6 for now because this one has the same problem. The only thing off the frame is the club that this Minotaur is holding. That is not a good framing. If the club isn't that important, right, and you want it off the frame, you have to have something else that's like really important. Have him lean forward and his face is real scary, or something. That would make the face real important for the work, the art itself, for this drawing. And the club is not that important, so it could be okay if it's off the frame. If you had other things off the frame. But if it's the only thing off the frame, it looks real awkward. So don't have just one thing. This is very important rule. Don't have just one thing off the frame. If you're gonna want something off the frame, draw other things off the frame. Number 6, this one actually is well drawn. But yeah, this one could have been better, I guess. Wait, let me change the ranking right here. It could have been better. Yeah, this actually this one is 5 and this one is 6.
Daro-san, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This one actually is drawn well. You could see just by these parts that it's a cow or a cow-ish character. Doesn't have ears for some reason. If it had ears, where should it be? Like around here. So it's a cow-ish. Cow-ish, but not really. Since it's a Minotaur. It's drawn well, but not well enough to the point that it's if you had more context, right? Like this minotaur is doing something. It's attack. Like this had more context. It's trying to be scary or something, trying to be fierce, trying to attack someone. It looks like he's trying to attack someone. This dude just standing there like a graduation portrait or something, which makes the art really not amusable to watch. And this is just one thing I wanted to point out. If I cut him in half, right? If I cut him in half, the lines would go like this, and it goes down like that. The chest doesn't go down like that. The chest goes for there's a lump like this. So be careful for next time you draw chest muscles. Make sure you you get the lump there. Number 4, this is not. This is really. It's not as It's not well drawn. I mean, it's well drawn, but not. It's not neat. It's not neat enough. But you could see the context. I'm not really sure what these graphs are supposed to represent, but I think it's kind of some kind of joke. But I guess it's some kind of joke, but it's number 4 because of the context. You could see that it's some joke or a pun or something. Now we have this part off the frame, but we also have this part off the frame, which makes it better. If this was like inside, and only this was off the frame, I would have gone the same, don't have one thing off the frame thing. Now, I'm happy that this wasn't off the frame. If that was off the frame, it's still too near the edge of the frame, which is I'm not really happy about. If the framing could be better, if the framing was better, and if the lines were more neat, it had real good potential. I think this one had the most potential in every post I got. It just had to be more neat, I mean, the neatness was the thing. Now, number 3, we could see that this is a parody from Kengan Ashura. The blackness of the thing, I mean, you can't really tell it's a cow. It kind of looks like a dog, but you could see how, like, the point of this artwork is to make the cow look really strong, right? The cow actually looks strong. Maybe it doesn't look like a cow, but
Looks like a bull.
the intention the intention is that it's supposed to look very strong, and it actually looks strong. So there's the context that's a strong. It has a strong message, so that's why it's 3. But number 3 and number 4 could have been vice versa. Either way, just if 4 was just a little bit more neater, if this was just a little bit neater, it could have been 1. But so it's like I have like 1, 2, 3, and 4, but these are mostly at the same grade, same tier, I guess. Also, this could have been 1. But since it's a parody, I would rate parodies a little bit lower. It would have been better if it was something original. It could have been 1 if it was something original. Number 2, here I have this, I guess it's a baby cow and a girl sleeping on it. So the context here, well, not the context, but you have like a, when you look at this artwork, you have questions like, so I guess it's a baby cow, but like a full-grown woman is not full grown, but maybe a teenager or a full grown woman is sleeping on it. So, would it grow up to be bigger, or is this like is not a human girl or maybe a fairy? So you get all these imaginations in your head when you
Happy New
watch
Year.
this. So
Looks
this
like
is
it all-
another work that would have been better if the lines were more precise or neat. This also has potential. I just want the lines more
Post the link to add
neat,
to Twitter too.
and you have like colors that are off the lines. The what do you call these again? Um, Message bubbles. Well, the bubbles aren't. Now this might be a difference between manga and comic. Not really sure, but these two bubbles are too big for a manga. If it was a manga, it should be like, you know, it the one with the lines in it should be like it should be really, what do you call it? It should be absolutely bigger than the bubbles that are following the main bubble. So this one, the size of this and this, to me, it looks really similar. The size.
おめでとうございます。
Okay, number one. Like I said, all these four are mostly in the same tier, so it's not. Even if it's number one, it doesn't really stand out. I had it number one because it's framed. Really, it's
Yes.
framed. I mean, there's nothing sticking out. The lines are fairly neat compared to other three. The lines are neater. It's framed well.
はいおめでとう。
Yeah, and it's neat. I mean, the neatness and the framing what boosted up to number one. It would have been much better. It would have been much better if there was some context. But yeah, I mean, and I just want to point out one thing today about drain cows. One characteristic of a cow
Context here is void.
is that the hind leg, since it has this huge milk sac here, the hind leg is way bigger, like way bigger than the front leg. So
欧州派に目聞こえると思う
the hind where the bone, where the
Darrow, how much milk do you drink a week?
what do you call it,
Does Darrow mirror this chat?
where the bone is growing from, is about like from here. So you wanna, when you draw a cow, you wanna make it look
ニコ生
like
の皆
this.
さん明けまし
You
てお
wanna
め
make
で
it
とうご
look
ざい
like
ます
that.
今年もダロさんの配信で楽しみましょうよろしくね
No.
You know, if it was a toy, it would look like that. Cows. Wait, I can't have the. I don't have the leg, the head properly, but that's exaggerated anyway, though. So, it would have been better if.
よろしくね
Text to speech is on and he hears US.
Well. Wait, let me look at my.
はいよろしくね
I have a book for an anatomy about animals by Ellen Belger. I'm not really sure who this Ellen Belger is, and I have all the muscle parts of a cow, and I think you could Google this up, and maybe you could have some images of these, animal
And I
anatomy.
feel like I don't deserve the win. Darrow, my boy.
はいこちらこそよろしくです
So what happens here is. Well, it's really hard. I mean, I'm an amateur at this too, so maybe it's not a good idea for me to.
あと10分。両派動物
あと10
ですか？
分ちょっと待ってね。延長何があと10分 Also, you have this cow with heavy, like big shoulder. Like, it looks like shoulder muscles if it was a human, but for example, this one had big shoulders. This one had big shoulders.
Cow is a female. Daryl, where's your
Um,
cow?
they're kind of like minotaur-like, parody-like, so it was okay. But since this is more in a realistic, this was in a more realistic form, unlike a realistic style. Actually, one of the reasons I got have this lip number 1 is it didn't run away from being realistic. You know, going parody and minotaur-ish is, to me, is a little bit going around the corner from the topic. You know, I like the part that you went straight to the topic, and I think you had, if I'm not mistaken, Nam, you had like some other artwork, but I just chose the better one. Yeah, I want to compliment that you did not run away from the topic. Yeah, and the shoulders, cow shoulders are not that big. Cows, their neck muscles are like huge. So have neck muscles concentrated here, and then some muscles are there. That would be the triceps. The triceps of a cow, by the way. The biceps are right here, and then the shoulder muscles are like just only about that. Then the rest are neck muscles.
Go one.
Okay, so that's about it. What I wanted to say for this week's topic: draw a cow. Next week's topic is draw a car. Draw a car, not a cow, a car that's speeding like really fast.
Date.
The due date is the next, the time when the next Kengan episode would, not the episode, the chapter would be updated. In Japan it would be like midnight, 12 o'clock midnight on Wednesday or Thursday.
Daryl,
Do
draw
I
a cow
say
real
12
quick.
o'clock
What's your favorite animal to
Wednesday
draw?
or 12 o'clock Thursday? The actual time between Wednesday and Thursday, or whatever. Just so you could go to my Discord server. There's a channel for weekly art challenge. There's more specific time due dates and stuff there if you want to join. You could send me a DM through Twitter. If you mention that it's for the weekly
Daryl,
challenge.
do you drink milk?
But I would suggest that you go to the weekly art channel, the Discord, because you could talk to other artists there to talk about how you would work about the topic. So that's about it for this week.
No response.
So before you post the next one, if you're interested, see you next week.